Is this thing working? What's going on, you guys? Happy Wednesday. Getting all set up over here. What's going on? Hey, you guys are right to class on time, man. Welcome up. What's going on, you guys? Good to see you, Josh. Larry, what's up? What's going on, Nick? Good to see you guys, man. Hey, you guys, I got a homie with me. It's one of my sons. This is Dean. Dean says hey. Dean, that's safe. You can say hi to these guys. They're all collectors. They're cool.
Hey. I'm nervous.
Dean's nervous. He's like, well, is it okay? Is it, I'm like, hey, man, it's all guys that like cards. A lot of these guys are dads too, man. And you don't got to do anything, dude. You can just hang out. We're just gonna watch. And dude, all these guys will say hi to you too. All right. So, it's we got and there's a bunch of buddies that you know on here too, man. So, anyways, guys, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. See, look it, dude. Everybody's already saying hi to you. So what's up, Dean? Guys, so yeah, usually Dean's in bed at this time, but it's spring break, man. So Dino is up. All right. Hey, look it. You know who Bird Flu Crew is?
No.
That's Matt Taylor in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool, man. So yeah, Dino's here, man. There's Michelle. There's Jason. Everybody sees you. What's up, Robert? So if you guys have an opportunity to work with your kids, and do a hobby you like together, that's pretty damn cool, And so we both like cards. I'm more the sports guy. Dean, what's your favorite?
Oh, Pokemon.
Always, man. Dean loves Pokemon. So, but that's cool. We like cards and we like collecting stuff. And tonight, you guys, is fun because it's like new for me. You know what I mean? It's like, might as well do it live with you guys, you know what I mean? It's like I can't just have these fun cards stuck with gum stuck to them and just do it by myself. So I figure let's try it out. So here's what I did. Went to the internet, just like who wouldn't, So what we did was I got these 3 cards. My buddies Nick and Larry asked me if I could get gum off the front of a card, and I said maybe. I go, it's so uncommon, It's like we see wrinkled cards a lot or dirty cards a lot or whatever, and it's like I can deal with that on a daily basis. But I don't get too many that are with like gum. Like Dean even asked me today. Dean's like, how did gum get on there? And I said, dude, that's how cards used to come, And he was like, oh, really? And I said, so most of us opened these things up because when we were kids, man, I couldn't sit there and let this many cards and a piece of gum go without me like opening it up immediately. So I know a bunch of other guys had to feel the same way, right? Dean, could you keep a pack of cards closed? I'll say a nice series of Pokemon cards. Could you keep it closed and say it had some candy inside it? Would you keep it closed or would you open it up?
I'd open it up.
Of course you would open it up. So here's the thing. These are rare. So they're kind of like valuable for me and for you guys to have these. So thank you, Nick and Larry, for sending these over because I don't run into this a lot, but there are some mega cards out in the wild with gum stuck to the front. All right. So, I just think that that's cool. So like, let's get into it, you guys. But something I want to do first is I want to show you guys something. We had a lot of good feedback because I was pumped about it too. You guys remember this one? If you guys watched it this week, Andy Brickley. So I suck with hockey and people are like, you don't know Andy Brickley? He's like awesome. And he's like an announcer. So now I know. All right. So thank you. You guys we're in Red Wing land. All right. So the only players I really know are the Red Wings. All right. So, and, oh yeah, you guys dig I got this past week. I'm like, I love Tupac, you guys. We could do a whole show on that too. I love Tupac. So, anyways, and if you don't know Tupac, listen to him. Read the words. The guy was just amazing, So just an awesome person to. I'm glad we had him for the time we had him. But remember this card? It had all the gum on the back, right? It's because. Oh, what did I find? I found these, and they were like literally in my. Back closet. And I got a bunch of these packs. And I remember going, I think Sakic's Rookie was in there. And sure enough, went according to plan. I opened up the pack. And Sakic's Rookie was in there. But then I had all the gum on the back. So I did my base card, my Brickley. That worked out really well. It was easy to do. And Jason, what's up, man? So let's do the Sakic tonight while we're doing this gum stuff. We're just going to soak it. All right? So You cool with that, Dean?
Yep.
Are you Are you getting more comfortable now?
Yeah.
You see, the guys are cool, right? Like everybody said hi to you, and they're like giving you a wave, saying what's up. You're doing a great job. All right. So thanks, you guys, and I encourage, man, if you guys have gotten your kids, if they're on spring break, man, grab them, tell them to join the show tonight. We're gonna do we'll do some fun stuff. All right, we'll teach them about cards that a lot of us 40 and plus guys grew up collecting, and enjoying. So let's turn this around, Dino, and we'll get all set up here. All right, so what are we gonna do? What is up, everybody? All right, since we're a one camera operation over here, let me get my my iPhone here set up, and I'm gonna read my questions that you guys asked me the best I can. I promise. Oh, all right. So I think somebody asked me, can you soak a Kaboom card? If I seen that right. Don't do it. No, the answer would be no. Unfortunately, you couldn't do that because, like, the reason you can soak, you guys, like cards like this, like, it's because it has a super hard surface. Yeah, there's a dirty card. We should clean that one up. That's gross. But, like, it has a super hard surface, and then it has, like, a softer back, right? So you can soak it because you put moisture in this card. The front ain't going to budge, but the back will boom, bump up, Good question, you guys. That's why I love the live shows, man. I dig it. So, all right. So let me show you what we're doing. And I want you guys to vote. All right. So let's start with a vote. We're going to do the Sakic here in a second. Let me get organized here. I'm kind of like, this is I'm in spring break mode. And then I'm like, all right, we got a show to do, Dean. Let's go. Yeah, Jason, one of my good buds, Jay, card therapy veteran, Jay, and anytime tonight, you guys, you have questions, if you see Jay jumping on the answers, he's my good bud, and he knows a lot of the answers. So thank you for being here, Jason. So check this out. Oh, we got Gum. Here's what I want you to pick. So I wanted to do 3 control groups. Here's Gum on Bo Jackson. All right. I did nothing to this. I just wanted to leave it on my desk because I want to have a control, right? I want to just keep it right here. We got 1 in the humidor. And then we got 1 in the freezer. And I wanted to, so I searched the internet, right? This is picking up on what I was saying. I looked online and I searched, how do you get gum off the front of a baseball card? There were some forums that said a freezer. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around the science part of it. I'm like, all right, so you put it in the freezer. What does it do? It must get cold, and then when you take it out, it produces a little bit of moisture, and that moisture unlocks it. So maybe I was thinking that. And then I was like, but you know what? Usually, going to the humidity side of things, the gum becomes stuck to this card because I'm assuming normal atmosphere, right? This was probably in a gas station, in a hot gas station in the summer. Think of like a Kansas gas station in the summer, right? Just smoldering hot. And then the winter comes and this thing sticks to it, So I think that I didn't see anybody saying much about humidity, but you guys, if you know me, I love humidors, So I think it could be humid. So I'm doing humidity or freezer. Do you guys have any experience doing this? Do you guys know, what do you guys guess? Do you think that the freezer will do it? Or do you think that, I could start wiggling on this, but I don't want to, because if one of these other methods works well, I want to do it twice, right? So say the humidor works well. Okay, so if we get one off in the humidor, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. Now let's see if we can do it twice. So I'm going to save this one. If I can't get any action of getting the gum off in the humidity, or when we grab the other one out of the freezer, I will have a plan B. But that's what I was thinking. But in the meantime, you guys, and Dean ran up and put the card in the freezer. We've had it in the freezer. We've had this same situation. What is it, Dean? Was it the Don Mattingly baseball card? I think it's Mattingly. It's in the freezer. I've had it in there for 5 hours. All right. So So, hey, and Chris is asking me, does this work with all products? I don't even know what I'm doing right now, Chris. So we're figuring this out. I'm just trying this out, buddy. So I have no idea. But what I'm going to show you guys what does work is we're going to get some gum stains off. So we're going to try to get the gum off here in a second. Humidor, we got one in the freezer, and I got a test one right there. But I've had a lot of good buzz and guys asking me how to get stains off the back. And so, you know what? Jay Lockrow soaked the card with the gum. I absolutely thought of that, Jay. But I want to see if I have to go through all that. Like, if I can just pop the gum off by doing that, why the heck would I even want to spend days? You know what I mean? I want stuff to look awesome and great, but I also want it to be as fast as possible if I can. You know what I mean? So soaking a card isn't a fast thing. But check this out. My buddy Robert made this for me. Isn't that so freaking awesome? He's like, hey, man, I got a 3D printer and I'm smart and I know how to make this cool stuff. Well, I said all that other stuff. He doesn't give himself pats on the back, but my buddy Robert made this for me and I love it. So let's give it a christening here on Wednesday Night Live. Somebody wrote, you got to sell those. I told him, I said, Robert, you're going to either, you got to make a whole bunch of them. Cause I go, as soon as I show it on my channel, dude, guys are going to want them. So I think it's actually in the works because it takes a long time to make this 3D printer style. All right, you guys, so what I'm doing, let me give you a good view. So we're putting the Sakic under card spray. Okay. See, I told Robert's on. See, Robert, look at how many guys in a row. I told you, dude. I go, you better order a bunch. I told him, I said I wanted to buy a bunch of them and add them to the vintage bundle and just put them in there. So we're working on it, okay? I promise you guys that. Because I think it's awesome. Because look how nice this is. And what Robert did was he built a little ramp right there. Because, I like to get my cards out with a penny sleeve so I can go right down there and get underneath it. So it's cool. I told you you'd be a hit, dude. So anyways, let's get this. And what I'm doing, you guys, is why I'm keep on touching this is because the card's dry, and when you put a card under fluid, it wants to curl up real quick and move out of there. So once you get it, once it takes the moisture and the card spray in, we're good to go. And then I want to get this gum off, man. I'm excited. So Dean, what do you think? We got gum and humidity. I guess the answers are this. I guess the answers could be this, Dean. Either humidity works, the freezer works, neither work. Do you care to take a guess, buddy?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You have a hard time guessing?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that the humidity is gonna be my best shot. That's my guess.
All right.
But you know what? All the guys watching too on the show, Dean, they all tease me about humidity because I always say humidity's the answer for everything. But seriously, man, it does work for a lot of stuff. All right, so we're gonna get that Sakic to hopefully look like the back of this Brickley. So let's put this awesome little this little tray that Robert made for us, and it's 10:13 and 20 minutes. I think that we'll probably be able to get that out of there. Okay.
All right.
So I tried the gum. I tried the gum out of the 88 or 89 whatever hockey cards. So let's try this, Dean. If you don't mind, my friend, run upstairs.
All right.
And get that card out of the freezer. All right, you guys. Dean's going to. He's my card butler. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll see, you guys. We'll see. I got the it's sitting in there. And I can tell you this: that gum is a way different color than that gum. And I'll give you guys a close up and everything like that. Hey, good question. I got to ask, can you use the card spray again? If you use card spray, guys, all right, so hey, look, there's another one. See, Robert made me 2 of them, so I got another one. There's the frozen one. So, here, let's just, before I go any further, let's just see if it comes off. No, I don't want to crack it off. It would be easy for me to pull it off, but it's not easy, all right? So let's let it sit there. I think the concept behind that, Dean, is it might dehumidify.
Yeah.
and it might humidify, and I might get like it might create moisture in there, and it might take it out. I don't know. We're gonna find out. But the internet said, I had guys on a forum saying, I was reading their conversations from like 10 years ago, and they're like, try a freezer, but nobody wrote on there it worked or didn't work. All right. So if the spray is dirty, like if you're doing a card like this and pulling out like gum stains, if you have like four cards with the same stains on the back, you can keep reusing the spray. But if you're cleaning a vintage dirty card and that spray turns grody or a different color, don't use it again. If you guys see me soak modern cards where I had the dents in the back of these, the card's not dirty, so the card spray doesn't get dirty. So save it, okay? But if you're working on paper and vintage and older stuff, don't reuse it. You know what I want to do? I'm sorry if I'm distracted, you guys, but you know what I want to do while this is under there? I can already tell you that stain is going away, but I like to get my brush and go over that area where where that gum was. Remember that, Dean?
Yes, I do.
And Dean, everybody likes to watch this show because they like to work on their cards too, and like pretty much every single thing I run into is not unique to me. All the dudes kind of have the same deal, and a lot of guys collect like a variety of stuff like this too. So that's how you get the gum off. All right, so thanks, Dean, for being my card butler, my man.
You're welcome.
You are a good guy, and I know we got a lot of questions on here, guys. I'll absolutely do my best to answer them, so hang with me. And all right, so let's keep on rolling here. So next, all right, sorry if I missed you guys. I promise I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to ignore anybody's comments. I'm just kind of like looking at 5 things at once. Oh, hey, Cage, what's up, dude? Good to hear from you, man. You guys, hey, if you guys don't know Cage, good show. And I like that Cage gives the hobby news in a very quick amount of time. So, Cage, thanks for being here, dude, and thanks for being a guy that brings good information. I can always talk about how to fix stuff or clean stuff, but God, I don't know anything when it comes to like so many different facts about cards and card companies and businesses and stuff like that. So thank you guys out there that provide like cool information for other collectors to check out. I truly appreciate it. All right, so I want to do the humidity card first, if that's cool with you guys. Oh, my light just turned off.
That's weird.
All right, so the humidor was set at 70%. I'm going to show the guys that. Sorry, guys, for whatever reason, I just had a little light turn off. So, 68% humidity. I had this card in there for, I think, the last 2 hours. And, no, let's see, it's 4 hours. So, 4 hours I had this thing in here. And I have some ideas, and I'm just going to try my ideas. So, what I wanted to do was, I want to get under this somehow. And I think that the best way to do that is with a penny sleeve, all right? I think that I can do it with this. So let's give it a shot, all right, you guys? So let's take a look. Now let's just see if this is look at guys. So this has been in humidity. Look at the color of that gum. And then look at this. So the gum totally takes on humidity. Like, look how dry that is. And that tells me what I wanted to know was what the top of this looks like. So I can guarantee the bottom of this looks like that. And I think these spots, these big like spots, are what's gripping onto Bo Jackson. This looks softer. So let's give it a shot. All right. And everybody, you guys, thanks so much for being here tonight. And happy Easter week to everyone. And I just hope that you get to spend some time, doing some stuff that you want to do this week. Ooh, look at that, Dean. It's working.
Oh,
ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, here we go.
I think you guessed right.
Hold on. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Look at that. It worked. Look at that. It worked. There it is. Oh. How funny that we all get excited about tape or gum coming off a card. But look at that. That was smooth, baby. All right, Dean. Since you're the youngest here, you get to eat the gum.
I'm good.
All right. Well, that made me happy. It's always fun doing a live show and you're like, I have no experience doing this, and I'm like, well, we'll see if how it goes. All right. So that's Humidity. That worked, dude. And this card's the oldest card of the bunch. So that's an 81. So that's some old gum, man. It's 43-year-old gum. All right, so hang tight. We'll clean the surface too, because we're not done. Because, like, say this is a really good card. We got junk on the front.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Yep, we do. So, hey, we're not in the clear yet. I want to make sure we can clean it. But we got the gum off. All right, so check number one. All right, so where was okay, this was freezer, we were told, right? That was the one in the freezer.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's cold.
Manimoto worked. We got that off.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Backside of the gum.
Okay.
No, we had a viewer ask a question. So, we want to see. That's actually a really good question.
I wonder
See how the shine is all out of it?
Yeah.
And look at this, man. That the real dry gum has all that sugar's on the top of it. See that? Look through my phone. You see what I'm seeing, Dean? Like all the calcified gum,
Yeah,
all that
see
sugar. And then look you see how it's all soft there? The moisture got it to let go.
Okay.
Science, right?
Yep.
Kick ass. I mean, kick butt. All right. So, good question. So now this one was another method I read. It was a suggestion. There was no method. This was like, welcome to my journey of card care. There was always suggestions out there, but there was never like any like follow up or anything. So like, this would be stuff that I would look for. Like, how the heck do you do this? There's got to be somebody that figured it out. So clearly there was more gum there. But this was in the freezer. Let's see if I can even work underneath it. Yeah. Not even an opening for me. No, I'm cutting. If I do that, you see what I'm doing, Dean?
Yeah, I see.
I can't even get in it. I can't even get under it.
Try from the other. Did you already try from the other side?
I just don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, either do I. That's why I didn't have a guess.
No, the humidity,
I know
the humidor worked.
about.
All right, I'm getting on. Nah, I'm gonna screw it up. So, like, you know what I want to do now is let's put them in the humidor. I don't think that we're going to have enough. Here, Dean, will you grab me that little spray bottle right there? Yep. So here's what I'm going to try to do, you guys. Let's just adjust on the fly over here. I can debunk the freezer method, I think, because I don't know what you're supposed to do. And if you crack the card like this, there's no point of doing that. You're just going to... You might as well just grab it and pull it off, all right? Jay, you could totally soak it. I'm trying to not. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to do, I love moisture, but I also, if I have to use straight up liquid, sure. But if I can use liquid as a gas, I'll do that because it's fast. It's like effective. I don't know if you've seen it, man. I was just able to get that off of one. So let's do this. I am going to season up the humidor here and see how much progress we can make just tonight. And then we're going to put that there. I want to put the Mattingly in there. And we'll save the Bo Jackson, all right? I'm going to put the Mattingly in there right now. Let's boost the humidity up in that thing. And if it works, if I can get that thing humid in the next 15, 20 minutes, you guys will try to do another one. But see, here's why I don't want to try a bunch of other random stuff. Because if humidity is the ticket... I don't even want to, finding a card with gum stuck to it like this is pretty rare in my opinion. So I don't want to blow it. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste it. And just by pulling it off, if I pull it off, I'm not going to learn anything. But if I can do 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 in the humidor, dude, we got an answer. That's data now. This could just be random, but I don't think it was because look how stuck on it was. It was, it was on there. It was on there full piece. So, if we can do it 3 times in a row, you guys can all look for gum on cards and say, I know how to fix this now. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have 3 different ways where it's kind of like, yeah, I think this might work. You know what I mean? Like, well, let's nail it. But let's do this. I don't see any more stains on the back of the Sakic Rookie. Do you see anything, Dean? You got better eyes than me, young man. Do you see any of those gum stains on there?
Not as much as the. Like,
I don't even see. Do you see any?
Maybe no, I don't.
No, I think it's just the cardboard of the card. Well, here, the viewers have good eyes, and we have a good view. I don't see anything else, guys. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good.
And then, guys, don't leave. We're gonna clean this thing up. Like that's the next step. We're gonna clean this up. But I want to get this Sakic Rookie out of solution, and because the stain on the back, the gum stain on the back of this looks to be gone. So now I got to learn how to use my new awesome little card tray. Thanks to my buddy Robert.
Yeah.
How convenient. How cool to be able to have the right tools, man. You guys, card care's come a long way, you know, and for those of you watching this, you're a big reason and you're a big part of it. And I just truly appreciate you guys so much. I think it's just such a fun thing to take care of. It's like anything worth restoring is cool, but I mean, cards and collectibles is such an awesome community driven thing. And I just thought for years it was just totally missing, that there wasn't a good way to like do stuff like this. So welcome to my crazy brain, and I appreciate you guys sharing yours with me. And it's just it's fun, it's rewarding stuff. I truly, as silly as it is to love collectibles and love working on them all day, man, it's super cool. And yeah, and Morphs brings it right into perspective real quick too, and much more interesting than dropping money on a break. It's like, you know what, you guys, like, I'm not a cheapskate, but I always felt like I would never get anything good on breaks. Like, and again, nothing against my breaker friends out there. Like, you know, people love breaks, but I just always wanted, I'm too much of a control freak for randomness like that. So like when it comes to card care, I was always like, well, at least I'll buy a Sakic Rookie with some gum stains on the back, because I know I can fix it up and get a good grade on it, and I can get it on a deal, so then I can improve it and I feel good about myself or something. You know what I mean? Like that little competitive thing, you know, whatever, you know. So hey, you guys, no problem, man. If anybody's got to jump off, the whole thing will be taped. Thanks for being here. Not taped. That's my old man in me. It'll be recorded, and I'll keep it posted. So, all right. So now Sakic is wet. So now we got to let him dry nicely. So let's put Joe between some pads.
Okay.
And Dean, you're going to help me out, my man. Will you grab under here? I have, hold on to these for me, buddy. And I'm going to get those from you in 1 second.
Okay.
And hey, Chad, you tell him. I said, Robert, you better order like 10,000 of these things at once. I go, because everybody that works on cards is going to want one. You know, so they are cool. And I was telling them the same thing. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, guys, now we got the Sakic between the pads and the plates. And we're just going to let it hang out, and we'll let it dry. And here's what's going to happen. It'll dry nicely like the Andy Brickley, and those stains will be gone. Because that was the one that you guys, thanks for all the nice comments and watches on this one. I was really happy with that. So that's why I did it. I did this one first so we could do the Joe Sakic. And then I'll open the rest of those packs sometime and show you what else we got. So good, right? So now here's what I want, since we got a good group of viewers on here tonight. The card is totally wet. So tonight we'll probably go, let's see, it's 10:30. We probably got 20 more minutes worth of our show. Then I'm going to change the pads probably before going to bed once or twice. And then tomorrow I'm going to change the pads. And what I mean by change the pads, like I am going to change them and put other ones on. I want you guys to know not just what to do, but why you're doing it. Why you're doing it is because the card needs to be retained and it needs to dry slowly. The mats will pull up moisture, and then I want you to take those off, and that moisture is now out of the card into that mat, and now a dry one comes on, and you'll slowly pull all the moisture out. All right? So, and oh, hey, Big Bad Back 82. Good question, dude. Great question, actually. You know, I got to be better at reminding that. So, like, all the stuff you guys I make, all my solutions and stuff, kurtzcardcare.com. But once you get there, and if you need any of this stuff, like padding, plates, clips, I get all the stuff on Amazon. And I have a tab on my site called Products We Love. All right? So, good question. All right, so Dean, put that up on the top of the locker for me, buddy. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Thanks, man. All right, so let's now look at this. We got this. Since I sprayed the walls of the humidor, I got it up at 76. So we're boosting a bunch of humidity on that Don Mattingly card. So maybe, just maybe, by the end of our show, we'll be able to maybe get that gum off there. But that worked like a charm, man. So let's clean this up now. So let's see what we got to do here. So, like, before you can celebrate too much, let's just see if, I mean, getting the gum off is a huge win. So yes, we can celebrate that. But I want to see if we can, I got to get the guys a good view, Dean. It's like, okay, there we go. You guys can see the crap on it, right? It's like yellow.
Yeah, and kind of a little bit on the card, too.
Dean, you got good eyes. Is that
Yeah, I
on the
see
card, or is that pulled? Did it pull the paint off?
it. I don't know. Like,
Nope, it's on the card. All right, it didn't. I was thinking I might have pulled the paint off. All right, let's go for it, man.
Okay.
Let's go for it, man. All right. So now, now what do I want to do? Let's do card spray because it has like a crust to it. Let's figure it out. So we're gonna do card spray on Dean. You gotta be my butler one more time. Is that cool with you?
That's fine.
All right. Go over to the workshop and can you grab me some cotton circles, buddy?
Yeah.
They're on the big table, the big packing table right there. It's great to have Dean here, man. I don't have to say, hang on a second, I got to run away. So what I'm thinking, you guys, with this is because, typical Donruss finish, it's got a polyurethane. It's a paper card, but it's got a shine to it. I'm thinking I can get this stuff.
Know how much you want.
Oh, you're the man, Dino. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So then we're going to do this. And yeah, you guys, thanks, man. If you guys got your kids out tonight, have them come hang out. Like, Dean is on spring break right now. And Dean's got a twin brother, Jake, but he's upstairs doing something different. So I said, Dean, I want you to come hang with me tonight. And he said, sure. So Greg asked, reason for card spray versus wax. Here's why. Because I think I could use the card polish to get it all off. Maybe we'll do a test. Let's just do half and half. That's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So Greg, thank you. But I do like to start with spray because it's pretty much like the Swiss Army knife. If you guys, for my customers on here, you guys probably use it on almost everything. You know what I mean? But but card polish is also good at breaking down sticky stuff. This is working like a charm. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's working. Why that part was on his jersey. It's not really colored. All right, so far we're getting the crust off. I think we're doing all right. Let's keep on going. I'll show you guys in a second. I'll pick it up in a second. I don't even need to do half in the other half. This is card spray's cutting right through it. You guys, I bet you as soon as I bet you guys are watching the show right now, Dean, and then they got their other screen up looking for gum on cards. What do you think? On eBay, looking for those big rookie cards with some gum on it, huh? I don't blame them. So, let's take a look here, man. So now, look at the surface, guys. And I'm looking at this light, so I'm following this light, and I'll show you the stuff that I'm liking and stuff that needs more attention. So, surface is free of junk, but it looks like that gum might have stained the yellow. Because let's watch the light. Watch the lights on the D. We're going to roll that light down into there and look at. See how there's nothing on the surface? There's no crusties, no junk. but when we look at it, you can see the color, right? So that's, fellas, when I'll tell you stuff like, hey, is it on the surface? Is it on the surface? You know what I mean? It's in there a little bit, but you know what? Card polish is also pretty darn good at removing some minor little stainage like that. So let's try that. Okay? Dean's eyeing up this gum over here. What do you think? You thinking about trying it or what?
I was just looking.
You were looking at it and you wanted to eat it is what you were wanting to do. We got a question. Does this work well on TCG cards? You know what? I think that you'd be pretty darn happy if your cards. Here's what you can do with TCG stuff. My card spray, card polish, great at cleaning them up, great at making them look nice. If you have creases or bends in them, it's a dead end for me. I have a very hard time getting creases or anything like that, So, but yes, to all my buddies that are TCG collectors, they're probably one of the most satisfying cards to clean up because they turn out really well. Every time we work on your Pokemon cards, don't they turn out pretty darn cool? And what are the ones you love? You love the first editions or the 90s?
Yeah, I like.
What's the kind that you like that you always get? I like the ones that you have. What's the style or like the technical?
Like the full art, like with the scratchy ones.
You like full art, but I also think back to the ones that you like from the 90s where it's just the holographic square. Which one is that?
Why did you? I don't know. I like first editions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean first edition's like where it's at, right?
Yeah.
So I think, you guys, it might be okay. This spot here, I think that the card just gets a weird color yellow when it gets wet. So it might just dry and be fine. I don't know. I mean, it's a weird color. But I can't say that I've worked on a lot of 81 Don Rust. But, like, you see how, like, now it's wet? It will dry, and that will all lighten up. So let's just put it to the side. Kind of a weird color, but I think it will it's not going to stay that color is my point. So that was a pretty good turnaround there, man. Gum came off, got some weird color. It will dry white. I'm not worried about that. So let's just keep it over here and let's keep on rolling, man. What do you think? Should we? I don't know if the Don Mattingly has been inside the. You think? I don't know if it's been in there long enough. You know what I mean?
10 minutes.
Has it been about
15,
only 10 minutes?
15, I don't know.
Let's,
Something like
we'll take a look here. So, oh, hey, Robert, thanks, man. Yeah, that was quite the shout out, dude. I never expected to hear that, but you know what? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just got a quick question that's asking me, does stuff like this work on Prism? It just depends on what you're thinking about doing. With Prism cards, they clean up real well. Like, for example, like, since I want this to dry so the guys can see what I'm talking about, because when you see a color like that, it can be concerning, and it's a good teachable moment. Oh, there's my light. I'm getting like a bad. So if anybody's ever at home working on cards and like vintage cards, and you're like cleaning the surface, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what's this color? It'll go away. You know what I mean? So I just want them to see that. But somebody has asked me about a Prism card. Like, check these out. I don't know if you guys were here last week, but these are some sort of short print, or not short print, but it was a whole pack of these pink optics. And they were probably the most messy cards I've received in a pack ever. It's almost like I was trolled. Like, if you guys watched them last week, look at this. Like, every single one of them. And then, so like, if you guys, this is also a shout out to my new customers on here too. If you've never worked on cards before and stuff, you don't have to like start soaking cards or peeling gum off cards day one. But like, this is where, like, I'll show you something unique. So like, let's just focus on this area next to, like, there. Can you guys see how it's like just gross? Even if you, like, I'll put the business on this thing. Watch. Can you hear it? I'm going to scratch it before I get... So, like, I'm pushing the heck out of it. And look at this. Still all on there. So, if you ever open up packs of new cards, you guys, and there's stuff like smear and, like, dirtiness on them, at least sometimes working on a card takes 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the heck kind of conditions these are made in or sit in or whatever, but every one of these pink ones developed this weird film on the front. And I just used a little bit of card spray. Use my nice microfiber. And just wipe towards the edges, guys. Train yourself to go like towards the edge, so you're not like going up and down. Like, don't be driving around all over it like that, because you'll catch a corner or catch an edge. But now look, that's out of the pack. Let's see. Here's another one. I think that we did that one last week. That's why that one's clean. But you get my point, right? So sometimes you just think that sometimes, especially guys that are newer to collecting, right? They're like, hey, I bought the expensive pack. I took it right out of the pack. I sent it in to get a grade, and it came back a 7. And it's like, and I can't see anything wrong with it. So just always be well aware of that, guys. Like, sometimes they're just, I don't know. Me and Dean opened those up together. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That was when we got that. That was when we got the cool.
Yeah.
That was when we got those. But yeah, those pink cards were. I didn't get the Luka rookie, and they were filthy. All right, so let's just go for it, guys. I'm gonna go back to this Don Mattingly that I've only had in there a short amount of time, but Humidity got the gum off of our card tonight. So I wanted to see if I can do it twice, okay? And then let's just give it a shot. I don't know if anything can change in that short amount of time. But there's a Don Mattingly with gum on it. It was only in Humidity for just a few minutes. But you guys, I'll put these cards back in here. I'm gonna put the Bo Jackson. Let's just put the Bo Jackson there right now. I'm gonna follow up with you tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna do a picture recap of all this stuff, and hopefully I get that Joe Sakic, somewhat dry, at least in that direction. Let me see here if that 10 minutes of Humidity did anything to this card. Nope, not on that side. And it's easy for me, you guys, to like bust through it or just try to pick it off, but I don't want to waste it. It's too valuable of a card to test on. Hold on.
No, I don't think.
I don't want to screw it up, but that was 10 minutes of Humidity, and we can already get under that corner.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like going at it like a... I get to right about there, and it gets a little bit too tough.
All right.
I don't want to screw it up. If that's cool with you guys cool with that? I don't want to screw it up. I want to put it in the humidor. Because if you guys were not watching the whole time, we got this off. I got a whole piece of gum off this one. And check it out. Here's something that came off this tonight. We did a test. This was in the freezer. It didn't do anything. I put this in the humidor. Worked like a charm. And now I put a Bo Jackson in there. And I'm just going to have to follow up tomorrow. But you know what's unique is, do you guys remember when we pulled this off, how silent it was? Now it's just been sitting out for a few minutes. Now listen. It's all dry now. Dean's going to eat it, he said. Dean, you're a little boy. Little boys love gum. So, yeah, look at this gum is starting to turn white again. Humidity, I think, guys, is going to be our ticket. So if you just jumped on, you guys, and you're like, what the heck's going on here? Trying to get pieces of gum off cards, because there's some mega valuable cards out there in the wild with some gum on the front. And I'm like, how do you get this off? And I could never really find an answer. So therefore, I'll try to figure it out myself. So here's what I want to do. I want to do, it's, you know what I mean? If we can go 3 for 3 with gum, I think that we can confidently say that Humidity gets gum off. So I know it's annoying that I have to wait till tomorrow, but I'd much rather have good data. So, all right, see what I'm saying? You can still see that spot, but it's lightening up. It's drying. So let's do a recap here. All right, so we got to come back to the guys and tell them about those, right? Let's turn this thing around and say what's up to everybody. All right, well, that was cool, right? Don't mind us, you guys. I got to bring up my desk here, and if you guys are all right, we good? We're good. So I'd like to give a big thank you to my co-host here tonight, man. My main man, one of my sons, Dean, and he's on spring break tonight. So, Dean, so good to see you, buddy, and thanks for being here. Let me.
You're welcome.
Hey, so muted. I'm muted. How do I do? Do I turn it off?
That microphone.
No, I don't think I'm muted.
That's muted.
I turned it off. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you still hear me?
That's like delayed, so I don't.
Yeah, you're right. It is a delay back there. I
So
wonder
just
what's
maybe
up.
Wait.
All right, it's working. It's working. It's working.
Okay, yeah.
It's Instagram Live. Well, you know, I feel like I've been getting more and more videos from you guys and stuff like that where I can't even watch them. It plays like the first 2 seconds and then it stops or something. You know what I mean? So here's what I owe you guys. A follow-up tomorrow on these. And you know what? I'll go live, you know, if they're, if just depending on them when they get softer or whatever, or I'll at least record it, you guys, so we can have some good data on it. And then we'll have a good tool, a video forever that shows you how to get gum off of a card. All right. So I think that's a good thing. We are drying the Joe Sakic that we got the gum stain off the back. So there's a lot of gum stuff lately, you know what I mean? But I'm glad to be able to jump into it, you guys. And I'm glad that the audio is working. Who knows, right? For sometimes we get those glitches. But thanks for being a part of this experiment tonight. I think it was a success, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good.
guys like us enjoy taking care of cards, you know what I mean? And if we can learn something new about something that might not happen all the time, but does happen, you know, might as well. So, guys, if you jumped in late, the whole thing will be recorded. Watch it. We're talking about how to remove stains from cards and remove full pieces of gum from cards, all right? So, I'm Kurt. This is Dean. We want to wish you a happy, happy Easter. Is there anything else we're missing, Dean?
I don't think so.
You know, so, but anyways, you guys, thank you for being here. Each and every Wednesday night, we'll be here doing live stuff. And then I can't wait all week to show you something. You know me, I'm always making something or whatever and showing you a video. I got even a couple videos I didn't even release yet. So I'll release them here this weekend. All right. So you guys are the absolute best, man. Happy, happy Easter to you and your families, man. And, you know, take care of yourself and somebody else. And remember, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. So be good to each other. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care. Who's this?
Dean.
With Kurt's Card Care. See you guys.